15-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around the world. To us, it's more than just a roof. We've been earning trust for over 2 decades, roofing, siding, windows, and more. Go to bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform. Your storytelling would inspire. Your campaigns would deliver leads that become sales. You wouldn't need a report to tell you. Visit SaturnLounge.com today. When marketing works, it shows.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nordman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta. It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Has any market been as consistent where they only have one team than Wisconsin? We know Chicago hasn't been.
No.
Fridays with Mo.
Yeah, but until you win a championship, you can't really say that. And they've had one champion.
Chewy, we're going to just create an AI. The AI Chewy can just bring up championship. We don't even need championship.
They've had one championship.
What, it's going to be put like a hologram over there?
Yeah. Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
Mixing it up a little bit here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Craig Karmazin usually joins us in the second hour of the program, but he's the boss, so we work when he needs us to work. Good morning, Craig. How you doing today? Where are you today?
I am in Chicago as we have a conference down here, and I appreciate you accommodating my schedule change.
Will you be at the game this weekend?
I will not be at the game this weekend. I'm going to the CFP game. Will you be at that game this weekend?
Yeah.
Hello.
What do you think this is? Where are you going to be? I'll try to catch up with you.
I don't know. I'll be there with ESPN. I'll be in regular seats.
Okay. Well, yes, we'll be there. I'll see you there. We'll connect. We'll offline, as they say. The big story, of course, this week has been the Matt LaFleur situation with the Green Bay Packers. Still no extension, although we mostly believe that it is trying to occur, that they are working on something. What's your reaction to the fact that we are still, now on Friday, with no announced extension for Matt LaFleur with the Green Bay Packers?
I think it can go either way. I think if there was, I think Adam Schefter said it, right? Like if both sides wanted it, like I think generally you know where the coach should be in terms of, you know, market value. You know what other coaches are getting. You know how many years people are getting. And so I think as I said last weekend, I think there probably will be an offer of an extension, but my gut was that the Packers weren't going to give him the market value of a coach who's accomplished what he has, and I think Matt LaFleur won't be back. I mean, that was my thought then. The fact that this hasn't broken up by now gives me more optimism that he'll be back, but I guess I'll still stick with my original thought.
What would you do? Because you can people like tuna.
Yeah, I would bring him back. I think he's
why though?
Really
Craig, I mean, everything I follow with, and I love what you do with the station, but you hold people to a high standard and they have goals. This guy clearly has not reached his goals.
Yeah,
so
I just don't. Yeah, I think you have to believe in the process, and you can't have only one metric that you evaluate people on. So, if you think about sales, right? Sales are the most important thing for, how a division's operating and all that. But, if all the right activities are happening and the sales are really good, but you slightly miss the budget, like, you're not going to get the bonus, but there's no reason to break down the entire culture if everything's right and you are winning at a high level and you do just need to tinker with things. Like, let's remember, this is Matt LaFleur's first ever head coaching job. And I just think he needs to be surrounded by a few other things, but the quarterback-coach relationship is the most important thing. A strong offense is the most important thing in the NFL, and the Packers have the right things. They're just slight adjustments, and if the Bears are a model of things, I mean, in 180 minutes, how many minutes did the Packers lead in games against the Bears this year? I mean, it's to me, it would be an overreaction and a mistake.
But, Craig, if you're entering a negotiation and in your mind you're going, well, I want to mitigate my risk in case I have to fire you next year, so I'm not going to give you as many years, that's not a good place to be negotiating from, is it? Like, if you're already thinking of, well, if I have to fire you next year, shouldn't you probably just fire that person?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's where it seems like the Packers are negotiating with the latest article from Tom Silverstein.
Exactly, and that's why, as I said, I believe he won't be back, and I think that's a mistake. But I think, and practically, if the Packers even thought that way, they make so much money, we've seen it publicly, that, they can still pay him, and they can still give him the years as if they believe in him, if they really did want to keep him. And that's why I'm saying I'm not sure that they want to keep him, and I'm not sure that they're committed.
Greg Karmazin hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy a little early this Friday morning. Okay, so Brian Gutekunst, it seems, has escaped, I don't want to say criticism because there's been plenty of criticism, but with this Matt LaFleur extension conversation really taking over all the bandwidth, nobody's talking about Goody. Some of that might be, Craig, that they assume that he's safe. They're just waiting for the LaFleur thing to work itself out before they announce it. What do you think of the job that Goody has done? Is he deserving of an extension if we assume that's the direction that Ed Policy has gone?
So I have been one of the more critical people of Goody over time, and you can dig in on every choice. But for me, I think we all said at the time, like, hey, we're all going to evaluate Goody on a bunch of things, but did he get Jordan Love right? That's going to be the thing that's really going to be the decision, right? Because, I mean, we could look at Ron Wolf, and Ron Wolf made a lot of bad draft choices. And we all don't talk about those as much, and we all don't talk about all the mistakes, but ultimately Ron Wolf got Brett Favre right. Ted Thompson, ton of bad draft picks, bunch of bad things, didn't make enough free agent, but he got Aaron Rodgers right. And I think the same could be said of Goody, right? He's built a good enough roster to compete every year that I think can win a Super Bowl, and as a result, I'm not the biggest fan and wouldn't be in the biggest rush to extend, but at the end of the day, I don't know that there's some other GM that's so much better and he's proven incapable. So from what I know of the NFL, I think Goody and LaFleur should both be extended.
Big guy?
Oh, he's talking. It's just not coming through. You got us back there, Will?
Will the Thrill?
There you go, Chew. You're here.
Craig, what's going on with Giannis and the whole booing thing? Is that frustration from both sides, the fans and Giannis?
Yeah, I mean, so the game, I was there at the game on Tuesday night against the Timberwolves. So there's a bunch of context needed on both sides, but practically, as someone sitting there for the first half, who's been at just about every game since Fiserv Forum has been built, it was one of the worst efforts I've ever seen by the team, especially in the first half. The third quarter, there was some effort. You're coming off a 4-game road trip with another road game coming up back. So that's kind of the excuse side for, players' legs being dead. But a terrible loss Sunday night when the Denver Nuggets, did not have 3 of their best players playing. Then you fly home Tuesday, and the Timberwolves aren't playing Anthony Edwards, and Rudy Gobert is out because he's suspended because of flagrant fouls, and the Bucks seemingly needing a win after a bad loss Sunday night, and the effort was just bad. I got multiple texts throughout the first half saying, I can't believe this crowd is not booing this team. This crowd is the most supportive crowd I've ever seen. I can't believe they're booing with how bad this effort is. Then finally, as the team went to half, there were boos as the team left the court. And team came out inspired in the third quarter, was playing really well, making big plays. Giannis made the booing gesture that he's made a bunch of times this year on the road. Giannis had to say what he had to say after the game. And, and then the Bucks last night had an awful third quarter and got blown out by the Spurs. So it is an extremely frustrating time of the year. Giannis is looking for anything he can to motivate his teammates and to try to, as a leader, push this team to get out of this 11 spot, which is very unfamiliar territory. And Chewy, it is a very frustrating situation to be 7 games under 500.
But it's not a good look to boo the crowd. It just isn't. And I would tell him that. Is there anyone in the organization that could say, Giannis, that's not a good look. I would not do that.
Good question, Chew.
Is he just surrounded by yes men like Brett was for many years, and that's why he did a lot of the stupid stuff he did? Is there anyone in the building?
Yeah, I mean, Doc Rivers is a coach, and Doc Rivers, I've been fortunate enough to sit, right by Doc Rivers during games, and Giannis really listens to him. And by the way, Doc really listens to Giannis, and so I don't think there's any question that there's the ability to do that, but I don't think. I think Giannis's relationship with the city of Milwaukee, with Milwaukee fans, is not going to be defined by a gesture where he's trying to motivate himself and his team, and he's doing his WWE thing, which Gabe could explain more than I could explain. I think again, the things you guys, we've talked about, all the Giannis trade, these are national stories. I think we in Milwaukee know Giannis's commitment to this team, Giannis's commitment to this community, Giannis's love affair with Milwaukee and Wisconsin. And so, I get that those become, national stories and, for people who want to, talk about where Giannis is going next. But, I mean, it's like a wrestling thing that Giannis is doing.
What are you talking about right now, Craig? Are you trying to convince us and the people listening that this was a calculated effort by Giannis to boo the crowd in some sort of attempt to motivate his teammates and not just a human reaction to frustration that has boiled overboard? And he's upset with the situation the team is in. He's upset with some of the conversations that have been surrounding him. And he had a visceral reaction to being booed on the home floor.
I don't know, Gabe. Who's this Bane? Explain that to me, because I don't even totally understand.
Okay, so what explanation are you looking for? I guess.
I don't know. I don't know who he is, what the sign is.
Here, Craig. What are you looking for? Give me a little heads up here, and I'll see if I can fill the void.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. I just hear the name Bane, and is that Batman and Bobby Portis and wrestling. I don't know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, Bane's Batman has nothing to do with wrestling. Yeah, Bobby Portis is a wrestling fan, shows up to the wrestling events. Outside of that, I'd love to.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort, though, Gabe. You're trying really hard.
I do. I really do. It's just
I don't know what this is. I haven't heard this narrative. I haven't heard this theory.
The heel thing is something that Giannis has leaned into, and he's looking for any edge possible. And the idea of, Giannis didn't come out and say the fans aren't supporting us, and I thought they were wrong to do that because I've done that. Giannis is focused, and Giannis wants to win, and Giannis is, whether it's any kind of us versus them, Giannis is looking for any edge. He's a leader who has never had a team experience what he's experiencing right now. And I can't speak to in that moment how premeditated or frustrated he might have been, but what Giannis is trying to do is put in the same effort every night and to lead this team. And I think that effort in the first half, he admitted, was not up to the standard of what he should be doing or what any player should be doing.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the problem, though, Craig, is that Giannis does put forward that effort, and I think maybe he internalized the booze a little bit because he's the one who missed 2 free throws right at the end of the half before the booze started. And I don't think the booze were necessarily for him. It was for the team as a whole. And then Giannis says what he says, but then recognizes that the effort wasn't there. And it seems like something that Giannis has been consistently saying about the effort not being there. And that ultimately becomes the bigger problem of, okay, why is this team? Because I don't think anyone's going to doubt Giannis's effort. You turn on the TV, you see what he does. But how does, if he can't lead by example, show the effort that he puts in, how does he drag everybody else along with him? How come this team can't put forth the requisite effort that an NBA team should be putting forth?
Yeah, and we're halfway through the season now, right? So it's not like, okay, it's the first 15 games. We're at the halfway point, right? 17-24. Usually when you get to this point, you are what your record is. And there's been a lot of talk about the Bucks as buyers at this trade deadline. And, I think John Horst is as aggressive as any GM in the league, right? We've seen the Bucks willing to do things, whether it was the Drew Holiday, the Dame Lillard trade, and then even more dramatically, the stretching of Dame Lillard, in order to bring Miles Turner in. So this team has been willing to be so aggressive in adding players, and I just don't know how right now, coming off these 2 efforts, the home game, or the last 3 efforts, let's call it, if you can really believe that you're a player or a move away. So I think that's the really interesting thing right now around this team, because if you look at it, the Bucks haven't had the opportunity to add a really elite player in a long, long time. And right now they have they
just added Dame Lillard. That's an elite player, and that was a year ago.
I'm talking about through the draft. I'm talking about through the draft.
Okay.
Yeah. And so right now, it's really fascinating because the Bucks in the Drew Holiday trade had to give up a swap of this year, which meant the Pelicans, if the Bucks had a better pick, the Pelicans would get that pick. The Pelicans then traded that right to the Hawks this offseason in a trade that netted the Pelicans, great rookie Derek Queen. So now, if you look at the standings and you look at what's going on, the Bucks get the worst draft pick between the Pelicans and themselves. And right now, where the Bucks are out of the playoffs and where the Pelicans are, one of the 2 or 3 worst teams in the league, and that's where they've floated between, in what is one of the strongest drafts that we've seen in a really, really long time, especially at the top. And we saw the Mavericks go to the top of the lottery last year. So, you don't have to have the best odds. I think it's got to be creeping into people's head in the organization of, is there all of a sudden a way to improve this team that we didn't believe before? And I think the most interesting question I'm going to see is Giannis, will Giannis stay healthy, and will this be a playoff team this year, or is there going to be a lot of excitement around this lottery?
But is he realistic? There isn't. They don't have the assets to do anything that would get them to a championship. Nothing. So you have to, like in '93 when we went to the playoffs for the first time, and God who knows, we knew we weren't winning the Super Bowl. I mean, we're smart enough to know that. Our goal was like, all right, win a playoff game, take steps, and then go from there. Is he realistic? There's nothing they can do to win a championship this year.
I don't know who he is. Who are you saying is he realistic?
Giannis. Is Giannis realistic about the Bucks' opportunity to win a championship? That is what he is.
No. I mean, again, Giannis is a competitor and is going to believe that they can win any game he steps on the court. Like, we've seen it when he's playing with the Bucks. We've seen it when he's playing with Greece. There could be, superior talent around, but basketball is not the NFL, Chewy. When you have the best player on the court, you have a chance to win. And the Bucks don't have the best player. If the Bucks make the playoffs, and that is a big
unrealistic. That's unrealistic.
And if the Bucks, but it's not about being realistic. It's about competing. And if the Bucks make the play-in, which I think is the only realistic thing at this point, making the playoffs without the play-in is not really realistic today, the way the Bucks are playing. But they're still 4 games out of the playoffs. Like, I mean, it's if things click, they could get there. But assuming they make the play-in, which is still not a guarantee, the Bucks can absolutely beat the teams and have beaten the teams they need to beat to make the playoffs. And if they made the playoffs, they would be significant underdogs. But the Bucks have already beaten the Knicks this year. The Bucks have already beaten the Pistons this year. The Bucks have proven that when they are playing appropriately, when they move the ball, that they're the best three-point shooting team around Giannis in the league. So it's not realistic, but it's absolutely possible at this point.
This has been your weekly dose of optimism surrounding the Milwaukee Bucks, brought to you by Craig Karmazin. Craig, we got to let you go. We got to get to Jason Wilde. Safe travels for you this weekend, and we will catch up with you soon.
See you in Miami, Jen.
That's Craig Karmazin. He joins us each and every Friday right here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Man, there were some serious. And then I placed it in the woods because it's made of wood vibes going on there.
And I just thought it should be with its family.
Oh, my goodness. Am I taking crazy pills?
Yeah, there's a little delusion there.
We got to take a break. Jason Wilde's coming up next. He's going to talk about Matt LaFleur, the latest out of 1265, right after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
It's a bit of a mess out there. Eastbound 94, right at the ramp from Highway F in Jefferson County. The left lane is blocked with a crash. We've also got one northbound on 41 at Highway Q, also with the left lane blocked. And then we've got one on the Rock Freeway on the off-ramp to Moreland Road. That ramp right now is closed because of this crash. Now, we're seeing delays pretty much everywhere. Everything's going to be slower by about 10, 15 miles per hour, so you're going to need to factor that into your ride this morning. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring as the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today. Early morning snow showers, then isolated afternoon snow showers. Total of 1 to 3 inches. A high of 35. Tonight, chance of light snow continues. Mostly cloudy and breezy. A low of 15. Weather's brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business.
You won't miss a play.
We were in the postseason what we were all throughout the regular season. A good team that couldn't put 4 quarters together, let teams hang around, and when you don't have Micah Parsons to clean up.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You allow, things to happen at the end of games that don't and shouldn't happen.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Brewers Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build-your-own-plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Rick, tell Sarah about the practical joke you came up with.
Okay, Sarah, this is really great. Are you ready?
Rick, I'm always ready. I walk around in a constant state of readiness.
A man buys a woman a pair of diamond stud earrings from Kessler's.
So far, this doesn't sound like much of a practical joke.
Be patient, he's not done yet.
And then on her birthday, or Valentine's Day, or Mother's Day, or Tuesday, he sneaks them out of her jewelry box and replaces them with a larger pair.
Well, as practical jokes go, this one sounds delightful, but it also sounds expensive.
No, he bought them at Kessler's, remember?
When you buy diamond stud earrings from Kessler's,
and we have them for $180 to $24,000 a pair,
you always get 100% of the price you paid when you trade up for a larger pair.
He just pays the difference?
He just pays the difference.
I love practical jokes. When do I get my first pair?
For the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Is it against the law to be a moron or no?
The law.
Not yet.
I texted this to Jen earlier. The law does protect some people from things that are called an attractive nuisance.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde is brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Century Foods. Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
It's that time of day. We are joined by Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason. How are you doing today?
I'm great, everybody. How are you?
Good. Still trying to work my way through that Craig Harmerson conversation. If you missed any of it, you can always find it on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Well, Jason, let's just start with the obvious. What is the latest out of 1265 on the Matt LaFleur extension?
We're still waiting. I thought Tom Silverstein wrote a really good story, kind of explaining what Matt LaFleur is kind of situated with in terms of I don't want to come back with a contract that has me fretting about my job security for a whole nother year. There's no point in that, right? And that puts him in the same spot he spent this year, not knowing what his future held. So, I still think, and we've talked about this, no matter how many times we say, well, it's trending this way and it looks this way and everything else, you think about it, could very well end up going the other way because of these reasons. So I'm really curious to see, because it's taking forever. And Josh DiMaggio, who apparently isn't even working today, I think he came up with something that'll make everyone unhappy. Or maybe it was Jesse in our text chain. Rich Bisaccia, interim head coach.
Which is interesting, Jason, because you've seen people coming out in support of Rich Bisaccia. I saw that John Kuhn, former Green Bay Packers fullback, said that everybody in the building loves Rich Bisaccia. And then there were people who were saying that if they had hired Rich Bisaccia in Las Vegas, they would be competing for division titles, not the first overall pick in the NFL draft. So there certainly is support out there for Rich Bisaccia.
Yeah, but not in the fan base, right? I mean, and look, we talked about this on our show yesterday, but like Bill Huber from Sports Illustrated put out this poll, and you would think from the folks that call our shows, that certainly chat in the YouTube comments, that Matt LaFleur is universally despised, right? And that's not the case. Like, in his polling, it was like 69% wanted him back. Now, how enthusiastic they are about that, I don't know. But I really found that to be fascinating because that's not the narrative based on the much louder voices than those that are like, yeah, no, I'm good with him still being the coach.
So, Jason, let's say they can't work it out. What would be the next step? Trade him, fire him, have him coach out the last year? What direction would it go in then?
I would think it would be the first two, right? It would be trade him or part ways. And it wouldn't be a firing per se. It would be, that ever popular, we've parted ways with Matt LaFleur. And then, again, he is an asset, right? Just like Holmgren was.
Yeah.
And Goody needs draft picks. So he's not going to say, well, we couldn't work things out, but we wish you nothing but the best as the Atlanta Falcons head coach, right? So I would assume they would try and, I don't know. I don't want to use the phrase hostage, but hold on to him and get something for him. So again,
the longer this drags out, Jason, the more it makes me wonder if policy's up for this. Because this is the first big decision. He's dragging this out now. And it seems, based on the article that you just referenced by Spoon, that they're negotiating from a place of, well, we're going to give you a couple years just in case we have to fire you next year. And if that's where you're starting from, then you should just fire the guy. If you're already worried about having to fire him next season, then shouldn't you just part ways now?
But one other thing, Jason, if I'm LaFleur, if I'm representing LaFleur, based upon what we believe Harbaugh got, I'm not taking anything less than 5 years. Now, I don't like it, and I'm sure the Packers don't, but if I was representing him, I'm like, let him fire you. You know how many teams are going to line up? You might not get $20 million a year, but you'll get 5 years, $15 million, right?
Yeah, and again, he doesn't have a Super Bowl title, even though it was in the dark ages in NFL years, right? Because the league comes at you fast. So he doesn't command that much. But, it's kind of like, and we talked about this earlier in the week, the way Favre, when he would become the NFL's highest paid player, he would always say, well, it's only going to last for a little while. And just because other guys' timing made them the highest paid player didn't mean they were better than Brett, right?
Yeah.
In his prime. So if I'm looking at LaFleur's situation, I mean, let's be honest, he is a good coach. I know that there are folks in our YouTube comments and everywhere else that will disagree with that. He's not a great coach. Great coaches win. Great coaches get the Super Bowls, and great coaches win them. He has not done that yet. But the timing of this would lead for him to be able to say, look, Ben Johnson, who's never been a head coach before at any level, got 5 years, $65 million from the Bears. And to your point, Chu, or Gabe, like at some point you have to say, look, I'm either your guy or I'm not. And unless you're just staying with me because you don't have any better options and you don't want to not go to the prom at all, right? I mean, that's basically what that feels like. Well,
yeah.
I don't really like this girl, but I don't want to. It's going to be fun with my buddies at the prom, so I'll just stay with her, even though I'm not even that attracted to her. Like, if that's going to be their position, you're both right. Like, he should just say, okay, well, look, I don't want to leave here. I love this job. My kids love living here because I know they do. I'm from Michigan. Like, this is where I want to be. But if you guys just want to hedge your bets and keep me around and then cross your fingers and hope that we get to the NFC Championship game next year so I don't get fired, I don't want to work under those conditions. And I can tell you this, there were times this season, and I know this for a fact, where this stuff really weighed on him. And again, call him soft, call me soft, say whatever you want, talk about feelings, but that's not an ideal way to do your job. I've done that, worrying about people that, maybe don't think you're any good. And you're thinking, okay, well, what am I going to do if this guy decides, you know what, I like this guy, I'm going to go a different direction through no fault of your own. Now, obviously, they lost a bunch of games this year. He does not deserve to be absolved of that. He is part of that, a significant part of that. But either I'm your guy or I'm not. And I think that is where, if this doesn't get resolved in the coming days, I think that's where they're going to end up, is him saying, look, what WTF here, man? Like, am I your guy or not? Because if I'm not, then, if you don't want someone, then set them free, so to speak.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier in the week, though, Jason. The problem is, as an NFL team, you can't have a year to find yourself. You can't just be single for a year.
I mean, again, we started spitballing yesterday, Jen. I think bringing in a guest coach every week or, just trying to do some different things.
Yeah, like when the Today Show is looking for a new host,
Exactly.
Jason, and they just bring in people to audition, and they see how the chemistry is. Like, it's not that far-fetched at this point.
No, I think what they really need to do is do like that Masked Singer show. And the guy comes in full costume, and then you find out at the end of the game.
See?
Now we're
getting
God!
somewhere.
Yeah.
Saban.
Look, thinking outside the box. It's not
Joe
horrible.
Barry, I didn't know you had it in you.
I do. Before we let Jason go, want to touch on this, Jason. I need you to explain it to me like I'm 5. Besides Ed Policy having already said he doesn't like lame duck seasons, why can't they just let Matt LaFleur coach on the final year of his contract? They do it with players all the time. Prove it. Show us how good you are. Show us that you deserve the job. We are undecided at this point. We can't come to terms. There's still a year left on this deal. Let's just ride it out and see what happens.
Because it undermines their authority and the respect they get in the locker room. They're a dead man walking. I mean, look at it was really like Mike McCarthy did it last season, the 24 season, right? And that place is dysfunctional enough as it is, right? And you add that layer to it, and it's just a bad deal. And by the way, Mike McCarthy knows a thing or two about this, because not only did he coach a lame duck season, but then he did exactly the same thing with Jerry Jones, except he wasn't still a young, popular, rising coach. He obviously had a Super Bowl to his credit. But, Jerry Jones offered him 3 years. Like, everybody thinks that Jerry Jones was just like, well, forget this guy. I'm done with him. That was not it. Like, he wanted to keep him as the coach. But he wanted to give him a 3-year deal, and McCarthy wanted more security than that.
But counterpoint, Jason, let me just jump in here really quick. Counterpoint, everything we have heard from those guys in the locker room is that they like and respect Matt LaFleur. So wouldn't the task be on them then to put your best foot forward, play your best football, and make sure that you aren't the reason this guy gets, kicked out on his keister?
Yeah, that's great in theory. But that's just not, and Chewy can vouch for this. It's just different. And I agree. I mean, Devontae Adams it, man, right? Like, Devontae went out there after they lowballed him, and he had his best season. I don't know if they would franchise tag Matt LaFleur if they won the Super Bowl then or what, but I don't have a great answer for you, Jen, other than to say that's just not how it's done. It's extremely rare to do that. And by the way, again, just like the criticism, we're not talking about Goody at all, right? Like, we're not talking about his contract situation. He's in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
but it doesn't seem like he is, Jason. Like, I understand what you're saying,
right?
But he's not in the same boat because it seems like he's safe.
Well, based on whatever that is, like, I don't know, right? Like, again, Ed Policy, talk about the masked singer, the masked president. We don't know anything about him in terms of his philosophies, other than he doesn't like lame ducks. That's like the one piece of information we have about his philosophy, leadership-wise. We sat with him for 45 minutes. That's all I got.
Jason, real quick, though, do you think they're using Hafley as leverage, the Packers? Like, hey, if you don't take it, we'll just go with him. We're fine with him. We're good.
Theoretically, I guess. I mean, I mean, here's a guy. He will have had 6 interviews this week by the time the week is over. I guess, like, that they certainly have an in-house candidate, which a couple years ago they wouldn't have had, right? And I don't think I don't think Steno is an in-house candidate. I suppose Bisaccia, and all kidding aside, would be another in-house candidate. So if they keep dragging their feet and the dance floor, the game of musical chairs is over, and they're sitting there with Matt LaFleur as a lame duck, I guess they have a couple of guys that if they part ways, they can just promote and hope that works better than Matt LaFleur would.
Jason, good stuff as always. We will continue to seek your wisdom as we follow this Matt LaFleur will they or won't they extension in Green Bay. Thanks, pal.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
He's Jason Wilde. Listen to him on Wilde and Tausch right after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy each and every morning here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. I'm just scratching my head, guys. You know? Because I know that there's reports out there that what did they say it was? It's length, it's terms, it's the length of the term as opposed to the money. Matt LaFleur wants security. He wants to know that he can just go out there and coach and not worry about them breathing down his neck. And they're like, we're not really sure.
Which means you should fire him.
I'm with you. I think you have to have the conviction of...
I'm with Gabe. You know what? I wasn't with Gabe, but I'm with Gabe, I think, now.
But Shefty said this weeks ago with us. Either he's your guy or he's not.
Yeah.
Like, doing a half measure, like, that's not good for anybody, man. Like, then you're just looking at next year and you're crossing your fingers it works out. But more likely, 26 ends up being a lost season. With some of the guys at the beginning that are going to be hurt, might be missing the beginning of the season. LaFleur doesn't know if he has a job after 2026. Like just if he's not your guy, that's fine. Like that, there's nothing wrong with Matt LaFleur not being your guy, and he goes on, makes a ton of money somewhere else, and gets the security that he's looking for. But you have to make that decision by dragging your feet. Like that's not a good look for Ed Policy either. Like this ends up being, we don't have any data points, as Jason just said. We don't have any data points on Ed Policy. But dragging this out in the information we're getting from articles like Spoon just wrote, like that's not a glowing review for Ed Policy that he's going to be making decisions and be confident in the decisions he's making, right?
What do you mean now? Right?
Right? I was looking for you to chime in, pal.
Well, the self-awareness that you just displayed there. Hey, I want to get to something when we come back. I got a lot of questions about what's happening over there in your live stream view. Yeah, get closer so I can see that picture.
Which one?
Exactly. We'll take a break. Get right back after this.
Let me tell you about our friends at Events by Design. You can boost culture with captivating corporate events like appreciation parties, brand activations, and more, because the creative team at Events by Design truly enjoys the work that they do. Maybe you've been to an event and you didn't even realize that Events by Design had something to do with it. Have you been to the night market on Wisconsin Avenue right outside our studios here? Maybe you went to the holiday market that was outside Fiserv Forum back in November. Those are things that Events by Design had a hand in. And whether you want Events by Design to plan, put on the whole thing, or if you're just looking for that helping hand, Events by Design is going to be able to help you. So just search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We have a crash in Jefferson County. It's eastbound 94 at Highway F, the Jefferson County Highway F. The left lane is blocked, so obviously we're seeing pretty hefty delays through there. We've also got a ramp from the Rock Freeway northbound to Moreland Road closed off because of a crash there. Another accident southbound on 94 just past Drexel. It's off on the right shoulder at least, so you should be able to get past it. However, everything is slow. It's either partially or completely covered with snow around the entire system. So obviously we're going to see real slick conditions. You're going to want to make sure you go slow and give yourself tons of extra time this morning. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning snow showers, then isolated afternoon snow showers, a total of 1 to 3 inches today, high of 35. Tonight, chance of light snow, mostly cloudy and breezy, a low of 15. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another 2-man scramble tournament is underway. Play the Kapalua Plantation course for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by January 31st. Sign up now at wisconsinindorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
The Milwaukee Weight Loss Program has been able to change the lives of thousands of people with this incredible metabolic reset program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. There's no better time than now to give yourself the gift of a new you in this new year. Schedule your free consultation now by visiting MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Josh DiMaggio here, and I'm starting 2026 off right with Milwaukee Weight Loss. Their team has been absolutely amazing through the consultation process, and they even created a customized plan for me and my weight loss goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free weight loss consultation, 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Just jump on it.
That's what he did.
Chewy, jump on it. Jump on it. Jump on it. Slow down.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. It's on the second floor. It's the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. That's right, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or you can linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. Flavors and drinks for every mood. The studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. It's the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Now, I recognize this is going to be a visual segment here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, so if you're not on the YouTube stream, now is the time to jump on over. Chewy, I got to be honest with you. I stared at that sweatshirt that you're wearing. Good 3 minutes. Good 3 minutes in the first segment of the show. I thought it was a unicorn.
No, it's a bison.
Is it?
Why would he wear a sweatshirt with a unicorn?
Well, I'll tell you what, he wouldn't. And that's why I was confused. I was like, what's with the long hair? It's got like a flowing mane. It's got like a... I could
got
tell.
snot coming out of the nose. Yeah.
I didn't see the snot.
Right here. I think that's snot. Yeah, this is North Dakota State.
Okay, yes. That is not the mascot or the image that I'm used to for North Dakota State.
Well, my son who coaches there is cheap, tighter than 2 coats of paint.
I wonder where he gets that from.
Apple trees and whatnot.
I'm just happy it's not a 5X like he gave me one time when he was at Fresno.
A 5X?
5X. You know why, Jen?
What is that?
Because he gets it for free.
Is that a
and he
circus
passes it off. He passes it off as a gift. So I'm like, 5X. I said, either you're calling me beefy or you got this from the equipment guy who's a little bigger than me.
What the hell am I going to do with this 5X?
Yeah. 5X. So I'm just thankful this is a 2X, and I'm sure it was free.
It's an interesting mascot. Will, can you see this mascot on the stream?
Yeah.
Did you know immediately what it was?
I thought it was the Navy mascot. The Navy has like the goat alternate mascot.
That's a good
That's
call.
what I thought it was at first, but then I
That's a
saw the
good one.
green in it. So.
And then you were like, Chewy thinks he's the goat? What?
Yeah, it must.
Have you ever had bison? Matter of fact, I'm going hog hunting today.
Wait,
I don't know
what?
if I told you guys that.
You certainly did not.
Yeah.
Wait, like on a farm?
No, in the Everglades. There's wild hogs there that. You ever had wild hogs?
Chewy, you're going
What?
wild hog hunting and you're just telling us about this now?
I thought I told you guys
You
last
didn't.
week. Okay.
So what does that entail? How do you hunt them?
You get on like a swamp buggy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big buggy with a platform on top, and you trudge through the Everglades, and you kick them up, and then you blam them, and then you eat them. I don't really want
Going
to.
through the Evergrade, that's going to be tough to go get them after you shoot them.
How?
we don't-
Wait, you shoot him. He said shoot? We're shooting?
Well, I mean, he said blam. I assume that was in Chewy's mind the sound the gun makes.
Yes.
But I guess I was...
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I was...
Maybe blam is like blam, blam.
Yeah, like
blam,
that was-
blam.
I
He's
was-
hitting him with a mallet.
Ka-chow.
I guess I...
But
Would that be running him over with a car? How does that work?
I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my head.
the car's noise?
No, we have people to dress them and stuff like that, and gut them and stuff, and then.
Wait, so somebody else goes and gets that? Because again, if you're in the Everglades, it's not
I'm
like
not
that's...
getting it. You kidding me?
So this is rich people hunting.
Yeah, it's lazy man's hunting.
Tomato.
Basically.
How did you get roped into this, by the way?
Angry ass. So I'm going, it's me, my son Dyson, and then Angry and his son.
You got good weather?
Are you the best of the four? Are you the best shot?
No, I'm probably the worst shot. And I'm a good shot, but Angry son hunts a lot. Dyson's a really good shot. My eyes are terrible, you know? You know what the disparaging thing was, though, about doing this whole trip, Jen?
First of all, what does disparaging mean?
I just couldn't believe the excitement our wives had to get rid of us.
Huh, wait, so disparaging, no.
I was like crushed.
disappointing thing?
She's like, when are you leaving?
The most disappointing thing? Does that work for you?
I get, yeah. But why are you guys so happy to get rid of us? We are so nice to you. We buy you things. We hold your hand.
You're not allowed to buy anything. We both know that.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's been. Like, okay, the studio down here, I'll give you a glimpse into my life. The studio down here, she's turning into a man cave.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, but the reason for it.
What's the reason?
She doesn't like me.
Wait, so you think...
All right.
Wait, so the theory here is that she is currently constructing a man cave in your house...
To sequester him there.
Because she wants you to go there and leave her alone.
She works from home. She hates working from home. When I'm back there, she's got her office she goes to. No one bothers her. She's in her cave, and she does her thing. So much like players turn it on for game day, she turns it on every day for negotiating mode, and she is meaner than a rattlesnake. She hates seeing me in the living room. It bothers her to the nth degree.
Because you're not working.
He's doing
my hours are different, okay? Yeah.
Things of that nature.
My hours are a little different than hers, but every time she comes down, she's got to make some comment. Oh, Seinfeld, that's good for your brain. You know? Or like, you're going to clean this place?
Laughter's the best medicine.
So my birthday's in a month, and she's kind of passing this off as my birthday, which is fine, getting paint, TV, putting a bar in here, doing blah, 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 blah. But the motivation behind it all is so she doesn't have to see me or look at me.
If somebody like me were to build a man cave in my house, right? Like,
yes.
I would put up jerseys of some of the, if you had a signed jersey or a framed jersey, like those are the types of things that people put up in their man caves.
Yeah.
But as a professional athlete, I can't imagine you're putting up a signed jersey in your man cave.
No.
Right?
No.
Like, even like if you would be weird or somebody that you played with would kind of be weird. So what do you put up on the walls of the man cave?
I can't believe that you are asking him about decor when last week he showed us a picture that he commissioned to put up in his house down there and almost got unalived.
Well, we never got the update on that.
I'll send you the picture of AI because AI did it all. It's kind of cool. It's probably not what I would have went with, but it's not my decision.
I'm not saying
even though it's for you.
On YouTube, I'm not saying the lockers behind you are fake, but have you thought about turning it into a locker room type man cave?
No, that's try hard.
What would you want in a man cave, Chew?
I like dark wood. I love hotel bars.
Okay.
I just love hotel bars.
Great idea. Bring in a designer.
Florida, it's Florida, and the furniture that we have in here right now is kind of that Florida looking. So it's kind of I'll send you a picture of it.
All right. Well, we appreciate that, pal.
Yeah. So
I got to be honest with you. I think your instincts are all wrong on this thing. I think that having a man cave and having your wife commissioning a man cave is a good thing. You're going to have your own space. You just go over there and just kind of do your own thing. I think that's a good thing, and I'm a little surprised that right now you're interpreting it as a negative.
I think he presented pretty strong evidence as to why the man cave is being built.
I'm a people person, but she calls me a lurker.
No, you're not.
She says I lurk.
That's the biggest lie you have literally ever told on this show.
What's also crazy is that if she has to be mean as a snake, which are your words, not mine, during the day, because she's in work mode, right? She's in negotiation mode. She can't take no bleep from anyone.
Yeah.
I would want to just stay away, right? It's hard to turn that on and off, right? Once you're in it, you're in it. It's full steam ahead. So if I were you, once she gets in that space, retreat to your man cave, watch a little Ice Truckers or what are the other thing he watches? Crab City, What's the show that he watches?
Crab City?
Deadliest Catch?
Deadliest Catch. Well, Jen, if that's the case, then that...
Wait, hold on. Just a damn second. Deadliest Catch in Crab City? Like, how did you get Deadliest Catch? That's like when I somehow decipher something that's been going on in Chewy's brain.
That's like some UK spin-off of Deadliest Catch. Crab City.
Crab City. Is that a Wes Anderson film, Gabe?
Bright colors, I can see it.
But Jen...
But you can't find
Jen,
it behind the beaded curtain at your local establishment.
But if she is going to stick me down here, she should no longer make fun of me for talking to myself, which I do, because I get lonely.
When you talk to yourself, does that count as one of the people that you have to talk to?
No.
Okay.
No, it should.
It should.
It should. But she'll walk down. Who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to myself.
Are you just kind of like, when you talk to yourself, you just kind of walking through like, okay, I got to do this, got to do this. Like, are you like walking through like what you have to do that day?
I'll talk to, like, I found a dead lizard in here, and I was talking to it as I was putting it to sleep, you know?
Did you ask it if it seemed Crab City?
Talk to plants. You guys
if
talk
you
to
didn't
your
hate
plants?
dogs so much, you would be a perfect dog
100%.
person.
You need a dog.
But he hates.
You think so?
But he hates.
I was close.
You need a companion.
No, I
You
was
need a
close.
pal. Yes, I think
I
about
was
my buddy
close.
Kirk Herbstreit, who travels a lot and of course like doesn't like the isolation of that role. And so famously, as everyone knows, he started bringing his dogs along, and now Peter is his companion that goes everywhere with him, and it staves off that anxiety that the travel creates. You could benefit from it, dude.
But is there a way to keep like a lab like small? Where
So you want a
don't
lab
grow?
personality in a smaller dog.
Genetic
No,
modification.
I want a lab puppy that'll never grow up.
Should ask Tom Brady. Isn't he the one that's
Can they do
cloning
that yet or
dogs?
no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
You got TB12's
He's like,
number?
you got any of those Benjamin Button dogs back there? All right, we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We are way, way, way behind. But we started talking about animals, the one that's on Chewy's sweatshirt, and we wrapped it up with animals.
Full circle.
So we closed the loop there, if you will. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on right after this.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 in the Bucks Plus Audio Network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or those big blocks from Miles Turner, and catch the comments in the postgame about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now, bucks.com/plus, or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on. Then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
Your New Year routine just got a major refresh thanks to Carbless. Staying mindful, Carbless has 0 sugar and 0 carbs. Watching calories? We've got you covered. Still want something bold and delicious? Well, that's our specialty at Carbless. Whether you're out celebrating or settling into post-holiday goals, Carbless keeps things light, fun, and completely guilt-free. Start your 2026 with flavor and no compromise. Celebrate the new year with bold flavor, 0 guilt, and a drink that keeps things light. Happy New Year from Carbless. Let's make your new year feel flawless.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
As we continue to await official word on head coach Matt LaFleur's future in Green Bay, ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Demovsky joined Kyle Bruston-Nortman and said he believes the team and LaFleur are getting closer and closer on a contract extension.
I think they're headed toward Matt LaFleur being the Packers coach in 2026 and perhaps beyond. I just think there's some details that still need to be worked out, but it seems like it is trending toward LaFleur staying as coach.
For continued coverage on all things LaFleur and the 2026 Packers, keep it locked right here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing off the new year with another can't-miss tournament and 1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the legendary Kapalua Plantation course, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center state-of-the-art simulators. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and you must get your round in by January 31st. Your chance to take on Kapalua Plantation course starts today.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform. Your storytelling would inspire. Your campaigns would deliver leads that become sales. You wouldn't need a report to tell you. Visit SaturnLounge.com today. When marketing works, it shows.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Navigating today's complex market takes more than a bank. It takes a strategic partner. Fifth Third Bank helps businesses manage risk and solve financial challenges with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making. With 167 years of experience and nearly 20 years serving Milwaukee, Fifth Third delivers solutions like commercial payments, capital structure optimization, and risk mitigation. Big enough for sophisticated solutions, local enough to make decisions that matter. Connect with the Fifth Third Milwaukee team today. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Craig Carmison on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
We continue to dissect the Matt LaFleur in Green Bay situation. Matt LaFleur still no extension that we know of. I guess we should get the latest from Adam Schefter. Will, was Adam Schefter on Pat McAfee yesterday? Is that where we got this from?
Yep, Pat McAfee show.
All right, let's hear from Adam Schefter, and this is what he had to say about the situation between the Green Bay Packers and Matt LaFleur.
Have been working on an extension. They've been talking. I think it's gone a couple of different ways here. I think right now, the way it was described to me earlier today, I think the expectation and belief is that he's expected back in Green Bay and excited about that opportunity. That's the belief on both sides. So until we hear different, I think we operate under the assumption that he's going to be back and they're going to figure it out. Okay? They're working on trying to get it done. That's what I would expect to happen right now, but they're not done. So until they're done, we'll see. But I believe they're going to work it out.
Chewy, do you feel as strongly as Adam Schefter does about this situation?
It's just who flinches. I mean, LaFleur wants 5, Packers want 3. I think if they give him 4, it's a loss for the Packers. I would stick to 3. He hasn't shown enough to get any more than 3. I don't care about the money, but, you know, as cost-conscious as the Packers are, and there's a chance, I'm not saying it's a good chance, there's a chance that next year will be his last year and then the Packers have to be okay. Let's say the average is 15, with eating $45 million. Right? Mm-hmm. That's it. I think it's. I don't. And if I was advising LaFleur, I would say don't come off of the 5 years. Don't come off of it based upon what Harbaugh did, because I guarantee if they were to move on, he would be the hottest coach. He would get a 5-year, say $15 million deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I think.
And I understand that the Packers want, oh, man, I just don't know. I mean, what if I understand they wish they had, like, maybe even an extra year left on this extension so they wouldn't have to worry about it, and he had 2 years left on his contract. Mm-hmm. The reality is you got one. It's the same situation they found themselves in with Jordan Love. I'm sure they would have loved to, after that first year, all right, let's get a little bit more data before we pay this guy $55 million per year. But that wasn't the reality of the situation you found yourselves in. You didn't pick up the fifth-year option. You took the half measure. So now you had to pay him, and you had to take that leap of faith. This is the same thing. However, you can make that decision. Take the leap of faith with LaFleur being your guy or don't. But I'm getting to the point where they were carrying 2 kickers this year. Just pick one. Make a decision either way, because this waffling and this indecision by allowing this to go on for as long as it is, that's not giving LaFleur a vote of confidence either.
Guys, I know I keep saying this. I'm going to keep banging this drum. And I understand what Jason said because we asked him about it in the first hour of the show. But Matt LaFleur has 1 year left on his contract. If you're not sold on him, and Gabe, your point is if you're not sold, move on.
Yes.
I'm saying if you're not sold, you have a buffer year. You have this buffer year in front of you where you can say, you know what? You've underperformed. Could you still do what you think you can do? Here's a season to do it. You're probably going to get Micah Parsons back at some point, probably going to get Tucker Kraft back at some point. Show us that you are the guy that you say you are and make a deep run in the postseason. And then I'll tell you what, man, the asking rate, the going rate, the salary for Matt LaFleur, he can ask for Harbaugh-esque money. But I don't understand why they don't use this trapdoor, why they don't use this escape hatch. I know Ed Policy said he doesn't like lame duck years. This, to me, is a perfect time to pivot off of that. If you're not sold on Matt LaFleur, use this year as a prove-it year. Matt LaFleur, go show us why you are the guy that you think you are. Convince us that we are wrong in being hesitant.
Do you guys think that other teams are stalling until this negotiation is done?
I think Harbaugh could be stalling until this negotiation is done, Chew. Like, they haven't finalized anything in New York yet. The expectation is that he's going to be out there. And the article that Silverstein wrote over at the Journal Sentinel had said that the Packers hadn't even back-channeled to Harbaugh. But we know that John was interested in this job should it become open. And I would be curious to know why that has dragged on for more than 24 hours at this point. Oh, he's expected to be there, but they haven't finalized that deal yet either.
The only explanation I keep hearing, Chew, for why they wouldn't use this last year of the contract option is because, well, it's just not the way it's done. Well, but you find yourself in uncertain times. You find yourself in uncharted territory. So to me, and maybe that's what they're using as leverage in the negotiations, maybe Ed Policy has even floated that out there and said, oh, look, you don't want to sign the deal we're offering you. We'll just ride it out for this year. I know I said I don't like lame duck coaches, but I changed my tune. Let's see what you got. And at the end of this year, then they're out scot-free because we know that Green Bay doesn't like paying money to people that they're not currently employing.
Yeah, it's just the whole lame duck thing. There's just too many examples of it not working. And the locker room tuning you out.
Might not work. It might not work anyway.
Well, sure, but then fire him. But I don't want to sign up for a lost season with a lame duck coach. Make a decision. Make a decision now. You knew you had to make this decision. This was your opportunity. And typically they try to get these deals done with 2 years left on the extension. But the thought was, okay, you get a year as the president with Goody, with LaFleur, and then you make your decision. You've got 7 years of data points. It's not like Ed Policy's new here. He was around. You're the leader. And now is the time to show that leadership. One way or the other.
How will you guys feel if noon today break that he signed and it's a 4-year, $60 million deal? How will you guys feel?
Feels like that's secure for Matt LaFleur. And I don't think that the Packers would fire him at the end of 2026. Should things go south? I mean, things would have to go really south.
What if it's the exact same year as this year?
I don't think they fire him.
They gotta
because
fire him.
They wouldn't eat it.
They're wasting time. Parsons only signed a 4-year deal, and I think there would be so much. I don't know if Lafleur has to coach a lame duck season. It's just he's going to be ornery. He's going to be, Gabe, on the golf course. You get the efforts. You start bogey, double bogey. All of a sudden, you get
Yeah, and I don't want to set up a situation
you
like
can't
that.
waste. You can't waste years where the window is open.
Yeah. So again, either he's the guy to lead you through that window, and he gets that opportunity, or he's not.
I just am so surprised though that you guys are just hook, line, and sinker. If you signed up for a quote unquote lame duck year, everything's going to go to, hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, because there's years of that.
But I'm saying, why wouldn't Matt LaFleur coach his brains off? Why wouldn't the players who like him, respect him, want him to be around, play their tails off for him? Why wouldn't you have an inspired effort from this team as opposed to we didn't get the deal.
Well, because
woe is us.
The guys that like him, maybe there are guys that don't like him, Jen. I mean, we're seeing that with the Bucks right now, aren't we? Giannis is playing hard every night. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo on your team, playing his ass off, and not everybody's following that example. And the season's getting tanked, right? I mean, very easily could go the other way. He's not going to be around next year. What do I have to listen to him? And it doesn't matter how much Micah Parsons and Jordan Love like him. It can go south that quickly.
It's just so crazy. I just don't understand that mindset at all. I just don't understand that mindset at all. I understand what you're saying. If you don't like the guy, then maybe you're intentionally like, now your livelihood is based on how I perform.
Well,
how fun.
Chewy, what happened with Ray Rhodes the 1 year he was there? Guys weren't busting their ass.
Oh, God, no. It was country club. But you know what? Guys said the same thing. I liked Ray. I wanted him back. Yeah, you know why? Because Ray was path of least resistance. And players love path of least resistance.
Are you asserting that maybe Matt LaFleur is that guy? Because there is some evidence to defend that, right? We talked about the Keyshawn thing. We talked Keyshawn. Whoa. Keyshawn Nixon thing. We talked about the Jair Alexander thing. We have talked about how when there are times to Rashawn Gary, when there are times to drop the hammer, when there are times to be not the nice coach, we haven't seen from Matt LaFleur.
It's like, Jen, some of his actions do not jive with the quote or whatever, the wordage he put outside the locker room.
Yeah, the standards over feelings.
Standards over feelings. You could pick that apart. I don't know if he really believes that. But I don't know. I mean, look at Elton Jenkins, right? And I thought Elton Jenkins, he wasn't asking for more money. He just wanted guaranteed money for this year, which he wound up getting anyways. You think he was all in? You think Elton Jenkins was all in knowing, it's my last year here. Why should I bust my ass? Why should I come back? I mean, that's how players think. If you're not wanted and you're not wanted, your attitude changes.
ABD on the YouTube stream says, before the last 5 games of the season, they were feeling good about giving Matt LaFleur an extension, but the way it played out for now is now causing the second guessing. I think that's fair. I think they were probably like, hey, things are going pretty well. Matt LaFleur. Jordan Love is playing some of the best ball he's been playing, right? We've got a good team. Things are humming. Things are cooking. And then you lose. And then you lose. And then you lose the way you lost. And then you lose again. And then you get bounced in the playoffs by the Bears when you led for the entirety of the game. Yeah, that would cause me to pause as well. Well, actually.
But how come Goody gets a pass? Right? How come Goody gets a pass? How come he doesn't get brought up in any of this? Yeah, he went out and got Micah Parsons, but shouldn't you have some depth in order to absorb some of this? Right, Chewy? I mean,
I agree, Gabe.
We talk about special teams. To me, special teams is a reflection of the depth of your roster.
I agree, and they were problems that we talked about in training camp. Like, we knew corner was potentially going to be an issue, and it turned out to be a big issue. The offensive line, Goody, sorry, you screwed it up. You were a top 10 O-line group with Myers and Jenkins at left guard. You bring in Banks. And for whatever reason, they weren't good this year. So that's on Goody. He should have never touched that thing. So there are examples where, like, I mean, everyone looks to Parsons and, okay, he gets street cred for that, but there are some screw-ups.
Well, and he gets a lot of credit for drafting Jordan Love, but Matt LaFleur doesn't get the same credit for developing Jordan Love. Like, you had to draft him, and you had to have the guts to go get him after Aaron Rodgers was coming off an MVP season. I get that. But I also remember how bad Jordan Love was the first time we saw him play in a game. To go from that guy to the guy who just threw 4 touchdowns, 300 yards, and no picks in a playoff game? I mean, a lot of credit should be going to LaFleur there,
There are people that don't like him, right? There's a percentage that don't like him. Let's say he did win the Super Bowl. Will he get the credit he deserves? Because I look at Holmgren as the darling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though we left, everyone loves Mike. Everyone loves Mike. Then you got Mike McCarthy, won a Super Bowl. Not everyone loves him. He's not held in the same regard as Holmgren.
Is that because he stuck around? Like, Holmgren got out while the getting was still good, right? Like, if Holmgren had stuck it out and they ended up having a 4-12 season like they did under Sherman his last year, is he as revered? Or because it was such a short period of time and it feels like nothing but success happened during that short period of time? Does that help?
I don't know, because we never had a losing season under Holmgren.
Here's the good news, gang. We have an entire another segment before we get to We Can Reach You where we can discuss.
Been a rough week for Jennifer.
What is the definition of de-suck?
We turned 45 and words just can't come out cleanly.
So let me give you the explanation. That was nope. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. It was discuss and dissect, and it just
those are tricky.
Slammed itself together into de-suck.
Urban Dictionary. To de-suck.
Gotta take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Feels like I need one. We'll be right back after this.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 43, we've got backups basically from before Hampton all the way down to North Avenue, northbound slow from North up to Keefe. Also delays northbound 4394 right around the Plainfield curve all the way up towards the Chase area and then back on the brakes from Beecher to the high-rise bridge. On westbound 894, backing up out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to Forest Home. Southbound 894 from Beloit Road and around, slow all the way to Loomis. I'm saying those because I'm kind of getting tired of talking about the accidents, but they're there. We do have one on Highway 16 eastbound, just past Ryan Street. The right lane is blocked right now. Obviously seeing pretty big delays with that. And then southbound on 94, just past Drexel, the right shoulder blocked with a crash as well. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, early morning snow showers, then isolated afternoon snow showers. Total of 1 to 3 inches, a high of 35 tonight. A chance of light snow, mostly cloudy and breezy, a low of 15. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform, not just exist. Your storytelling would inspire, not fall flat. Your integrated campaigns would create impact, not excuses. There'd be no refreshing dashboards, no waiting on a report to explain what happened. It's time to generate quality leads and turn them into customers. Let's make it happen with Saturn Lounge, your marketing partner for clear, measurable results. Visit us today at SaturnLounge.com. When marketing works, it shows.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
As we continue to await official word on head coach Matt LaFleur's future in Green Bay, ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Domofsky joined Kyle Bruston-Nortman and said he believes the team and LaFleur are getting closer and closer on a contract extension.
I think they're headed toward Matt LaFleur being the Packers coach in 2026 and perhaps beyond. I just think there's some details that still need to be worked out, but it seems like it is trending toward LaFleur staying as coach.
For continued coverage on all things LaFleur and the 2026 Packers, keep it locked right here on ESPN Wisconsin.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
But remember he said his birthday?
Yeah.
Maybe we get a little freaky.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, look at our horny little boy. Good for him. Like, everybody's so supportive of Giannis, they just kind of look past it.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We have an entire another segment before we get to We Can Reach You where we can discuss.
Been a rough week for Jennifer.
Hardy har har, very funny Will. Let's talk about Brian Gutekunst. Bill Huber put out an article that said, should he be on the hot set too? Come on, Jen. Hot set.
I'll take the blame for that one. Playing it back, just
planted some bad seeds.
Should he be on the hot sex too? What? Hot seat. Good grief. All right, so Gabe has brought this up several times. I think it is a valid point. I think that, unfortunately, Matt LaFleur is getting a lot of blame for some of the issues and deficiencies of the Green Bay Packers, and Brian Gutekunst seems to have been insulated from that. There is a theory out there, for whatever it's worth, that Brian Gutekunst has already been extended by Ed Policy, and they're just waiting for the Matt LaFleur thing to be cleared up for them to announce them both at the same time. Here's what we got, gang. No evidence to defend that. That's just a theory that is out there because there has been so little conversation about Brian Gutekunst. But the list of things that Brian Gutekunst has struggled with, has failed at, I wouldn't say it's long. That feels like hyperbolic, but there are certainly things. Gabe, when you think about Brian Gutekunst's tenure, what are the things that come to mind where you go, he should absolutely be docked for that?
I think failing to properly address the cornerback position this past year is the top one. I mean, he thought that Nate Hobbs was going to be, hey, we moved Keyshawn Nixon from a slot guy to the outside, and I think Keyshawn made that look easier than it actually is. And they decided, we can do the same thing with Nate Hobbs. And that did not work out. That ended up being a big-time failure. And that was a position where the Packers really struggled. I think the lack of – he's drafted some pretty good players. None of them have really risen in the last 5 draft classes. None of them have risen to the level of, that's a blue chipper. He's a stud. Like – that hasn't, outside of Jordan, but Jordan hasn't gotten any postseason accolades. Like, the only guy in terms of Pro Bowls, All Pros, the last draft class to receive that is the 2019 draft class. And Rashawn Gary's been a Pro Bowler. Elton Jenkins has gotten a couple of postseason nods and things. Since then, nobody that he has drafted has been named to a Pro Bowl or an All Pro team. first or second team. That just hasn't happened. And there could be a number of reasons for that, and maybe that changes when Tucker Kraft is healthy and if Zach Tom plays a healthy season and Jordan Love continues to go. But the fact of the matter is he hasn't drafted one since 2019, as we sit here. And as a draft and develop team, you got to nail those a little bit more often. You're not going to bat 100%. I'm not expecting you to. But you got to hit one on occasion, and that just hasn't happened yet.
Rashawn Gary.
That contract extension
was bad. That was a bad deal. A couple like Lucas Van Ness. I mean, he's better, but I don't think he rises to the level of fifth-year option.
Yeah, it's an incomplete on the report card, I think.
So I don't, Wyatt seems to have panned out.
But like he said, no one on the defensive line.
But he wasn't going to be a Pro Bowl player.
No
one's taken that next step, right? And then what is his biggest late round pick that blossomed? And I consider late round 5th, 6th, 7th free agent because he had.
Yeah, I mean,
because we all we beat up Ron as we should for some of his first round picks.
Yeah.
But Ron made up for it on the back end.
And if you're a draft and develop team, Chew, to your point, you have to nail those picks. They have to be consistent contributors year in and year out, maybe growing into roles. But the whole idea is this conveyor belt. The whole idea is this pipeline that sometimes you're drafting for a couple of years down the road, and by the time it's time for them to perform, they have developed to the point of being, productive players.
Let me ask you this: if they didn't extend Goody, and let's just say would he get picked up immediately like Lafleur would?
There aren't as many general manager openings. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would. Do I think Goody be working in the NFL in 2026? I do, but he wouldn't
as a general manager.
He probably wouldn't be a general manager. I'm willing to bet he would get another chance. But again,
would they take him down in Miami?
Maybe he takes him, and knowing that, hey, Goody's probably going to be a GM somewhere else in the future. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, there's just not a lot of GM openings right now across the NFL, and that becomes the issue for Goody.
I do want to make sure, because we talk a lot about Nate Hobbs, and we talk a lot about Aaron Banks, and we talk about how he went 0 for 2 this year in those free agent moves. But he did pretty well prior to that. Mm-hmm. And the article that Bill Huber posted talks about Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, Billy Turner, Adrian Amos, Xavier McKinney, and Josh Jacobs, and Huber contends that he went 6 for 6 on those picks. Do those picks deserve more weight, or at least to be considered, when you're talking about Goody's free agency report card?
Yeah, but I guess, but again, the first 4 that you listed there that have been gone for so long, I guess I don't care, right? That was the previous prior to Jordan Love era, and I know that Preston Smith certainly carried over, and Preston ended up probably being the best out of the bunch because of as long as he ended up being here. But none of those guys were helping out where this team is right now, and it's great that you hit those free agents. But I guess my biggest issue here is the thing that whenever I bring this up and I see some of the pushback of, well, Goody got Parsons and he drafted, Tucker Kraft and all these guys. But if they're not on the roster because they're hurt, how come Goody gets a pass because of the injuries, but the head coach doesn't? Right? If the head coach, I don't care that the guys are hurt. Got to figure it out.
Well, especially because depth is not on the head coach. Depth is on the GM. And if you're a team that lacks depth, that can't handle some of these more catastrophic injuries, that can't backfill, that is a GM issue.
And the one area for this team that I'd actually give Goody a pass for was the lack of depth on defensive line. Because I think they would have had that depth had Kenny Clark been here. But the trade for Micah Parsons came together so late, you couldn't address that now being a weakness in terms of the depth that you had, because it happened so close to the start of the regular season. There was just no adding anybody, and I would make that trade again. Okay, we got to give Kenny Clark up, but we got to hope we stay healthy at defensive tackle in order to get Micah Parsons. Yeah, you do that. So they didn't have depth on the defensive line, and that's certainly a top priority for me going into this offseason. but that was just the cost of doing business in order to get a generational player.
But Goody's not alone, Chew, in evaluating that talent and going out and get it, right? He's surrounded by a scouting department. So, I know we're trying to sit here and figure out why the Green Bay Packers have underperformed, and there's going to be a number of reasons. But have we not looked enough at the scouting department, and maybe they're just not that good at evaluating talent?
Possibly, but it all falls on him. I mean, you could draw the same parallel with LaFleur and his assistants, I guess.
No.
But ultimately it falls on Goody. And let's not forget, just because the guy is playing still really good football, you got to ding him big time for Devontae.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he screwed that thing up.
Yeah. Should have given him the contract extension prior to that final season in Green Bay.
But I always talk about how things don't exist in a vacuum. Maybe Devontae Adams isn't having the season he's having without having been spurred by the Packers. I say the same thing about Rodgers. Everybody wants to talk about Rodgers playing as well as he did after they drafted Jordan Love. Sometimes you need a kick in the backside and be like, whoa, they're thinking about replacing me, to lock in and find that other level.
Yeah,
right?
but Jen, hold on. You could say the same thing about LaFleur. If you did go into the lame duck season, what's the guarantee that LaFleur would re-sign with the Packers? He might go, screw you. You didn't re-sign me to an extension last year, and I go to the NFC Championship game this year. I am out like Trout.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. It's a risk you take. It's a gamble you take. But again, to Gabe's point, if you're not 100% sure that he's your guy for the foreseeable future, and I'm talking long future, not just, right now, then what do you care?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he does go in an NFC Championship game, it's either going to cost you a lot more or he's gone.
I mean, we just have to find a way to de-suck him.
That's right.
Right?
Have you been working on that process? Is that something you've been working on?
Just figure out how to de-suck him. Or another segment before we get to We Can Reach You, where we can de-suck.
I don't know. Did we de-suck here?
Well, we certainly suck.
That's what I'm saying. I was wondering if we de-sucked.
Occasionally. I had somebody in the talk and text line saying, Jen, settle down, damn. That's what happens. It's all downhill from here. You turn 45 and just doesn't improve. All right, we got to take a break because we got Week in Reach You coming up next. Very excited to participate in Week in Reach You. I never get to be a part of this on Fridays, so this is fun for me. Gabe, you got to read?
Tired of always waking up exhausted? Dad bod's starting to weigh on you? Finding it harder to get excited about basically anything? If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, it might not be that you're just getting older. And I know it's a lot of excuses that a lot of people like to use, but there's a good chance your hormones and metabolism are out of balance. So this new year, let's get back to the old you. Remember that guy? Sharp at work, full of energy, fun, the one that people enjoyed being around? That's where our friends at Mentality come in. Mentality, not a macho, low-T bro clinic. No, they're human-centered. Their mission is to figure out what's really going on in your body and your brain. Mentality starts by listening. They'll run real labs and explain your results in plain English, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and FDA-approved peptide treatments to help you get your brain and your body back on track. That's why I love working with Mentality and what they've been able to do for me, getting that energy back up to where it should be. So stop telling yourself and everyone around you that you're fine. Right now, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. That's right. All new patient labs are going to be covered, saving you $250. Reclaim the old you, the younger you, by visiting Mentality.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
It's not great out there. We've got issues. We've got 94 heading southbound, an accident just past Drexel off on the right shoulder. Now we've got a new one at Ryan Road, just south of Ryan Road. The left shoulder is blocked as well. We've got this other one on the Rock Freeway on the Moreland Road off-ramp, so that's going to be a problem. We've got delays pretty much everywhere. Give yourself tons of extra time this morning. Southbound 43 is backed up from Hampton all the way to North, and then again through the Marquette. Southbound 41. Luckily, we just have most of the delays right just south of Capitol Drive. East and westbound 94 in Milwaukee County. Westbound 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound from 84th all the way to 27th. Through Waukesha County, it's backed up in both directions. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, early morning snow showers, then isolated afternoon snow showers. The total, 1 to 3 inches, a high of 35. Tonight, chances light snow, mostly cloudy and breezy, though, with a low of 15. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another two-man scramble tournament is underway. Play the Kapalua Plantation course for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by January 31st. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Rock a big win this January at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Don't miss your chance to win a share of $60,000 in prizes every week. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. Plus, your January drawing entries all roll into an even bigger prize drawing in March. Rock on all month long, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Rick, tell Sarah about the practical joke you came up with.
Okay, Sarah, this is really great. Are you ready?
Rick, I'm always ready. I walk around in a constant state of readiness.
A man buys a woman a pair of diamond stud earrings from Kessler's.
So far, this doesn't sound like much of a practical joke. Be patient. He's not done yet.
And then on her birthday, or Valentine's Day, or Mother's Day, or Tuesday, he sneaks them out of her jewelry box and replaces them with a larger pair.
Well, as practical jokes go, this one sounds delightful, but it also sounds expensive. No, he bought them at Kessler's, remember?
When you buy diamond stud earrings from Kessler's,
and we have them for $180 to $24,000 a pair.
You always get 100% of the price you paid when you trade up for a larger pair.
He just pays the difference?
He just pays the difference.
I love practical jokes. When do I get my first pair? For the Kesslers nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Wisconsin is still cattle country. And that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey, everyone who I let try borscht likes it. They don't love it, but it's a liver.
What an endorsement.
This is your
but hold on.
Hey, yeah, guys, good luck. I don't even have to talk anymore.
On 94.5 ESPN. Think you know the show better than the average ESPN Milwaukee fan? Now's your chance to prove it. It's time to play The Week in Rechew.
All right, what do we got, guys?
How you feel, big guy?
I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful.
Been a minute since we've done this, so.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Again, we've got 5 questions. Josh, you put this together before he took off today. So we've got 5 questions. You get 3 right, you win. You get 3 wrong, you lose. Well, let's go ahead and start with question number 1.
I love getting riled up. Just brings me back.
I think it's some of your best work.
What Packer player got you so agitated that you said that?
It's gotta be Rashawn Gary.
And we are 0 for 1.
Ooh.
Keyshawn Nixon and his personal fouls is the one that got you that riled up.
That must have been Monday or Tuesday, right? Maybe Tuesday? Monday?
Yeah, that would have been my second guess.
It's Keyshawn Nixon. No, I think it was on Wednesday.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because one of the days you guys were talking about Keyshawn Nixon, Josh was talking about his personal fouls. I think we figured out he had 12 penalties this past year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 12, but they weren't all personal fouls.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually sent a list to Joshy because I had it pulled up. All right, so 0 for 1.
Will, audio for number 2.
Oh, you're going to do that? I'll go call my lawyer and sue you. That's LaFleur.
Nailed it. Didn't even have to ask the question. Who did you say would call their lawyer and threaten to sue?
Yeah. Instead of bopping Ben Johnson in the mush.
All right. 1 for 2. Question number 3. It's usually a pivotal one. Will?
You know what it started with? You know who's to blame? You want to know who's to blame? Josh. Oh, boy.
What did Josh do this week that caused you to make more mistakes throughout the show?
Oh, I kind of remember. What did he do? I'll know it as soon as you say it. I don't have the strength right now.
Okay, so not feeling as good as he initially told us at the beginning since he doesn't have the strength.
Are you having a lame duck Friday? What's happening here? Huh?
I'm excited to go hunting.
Just mailing it in?
Yeah, it's a big guy weekend. I haven't had one in a while.
Hog hunting. You're so interesting. You just talked about how it upsets you that your wife sends you down to the man cave because she doesn't want you around. And now you're like, I haven't had a guy's weekend in forever. I'm so excited. Pick a lane.
And then he also said he likes being alone.
But he's a people person.
Yeah, but he's a people person.
Yeah.
Complicated fellow. By the way, the answer to that question, the new Jewelry Center live read that he did not tell you about.
Why was it? Oh, yeah, but he told you,
correct.
But that's just wrong. That's just etiquette issues. Right, Jen?
That Joshy should have told you that.
Well, it was a new read that he sent me over my phone and didn't tell me, but he told Gabe to, hold on.
Watch
We'll
this.
see what he does with this.
Yeah. I mean, you could take a look at it before you read it. That way you know it's new before you read it.
I think Joshy should have said, hey, new copy here. Take a look at it before you go on the air.
Yeah.
What is he, 1 and 2?
1 for 3.
Yeah,
1 for 3?
Yeah, but he's 1 and 2. He's got to get the last 2 questions right to win the week.
Okay.
Okay.
Question 4.
They really like money. They love money.
Who?
Head coaches.
Really? Oh, wow. So the ones, I don't even have to ask the questions for the ones he's gotten right.
Truly is the most polarizing person today.
Left is right, up is down. All right, can he pull it off? Can he walk away with the victory? Question number 5.
You've evened it up.
Well, the nice thing is we don't even have to work the first day, which is lovely.
Oh, I know what that's about.
What did you incorrectly think we would have off of work for?
The draft.
The first round
That's
of the
a win.
NFL draft.
It is a win. It's actually a legit win, not one we have to finagle.
Yeah,
or
you got 20%, I win. No, this is actually a win. You got 3 out of the 5 right.
Why would we have to work on the draft first day? Why? For what reason?
Because partners are going to want to be a part of it. We're still going to put together a show and be around because it's one of the bigger events in the NFL calendar season.
That's fair, I guess.
Could always trade up, too. You never know.
Trade back in?
Well,
Goody, who famously loves his draft picks, is going to package draft picks to move up to the first round? For what position? Cornerback?
I mean, I think the early draft picks are going to be focused on corner and defensive tackle, yes. They also have to find depth along the offensive line.
Yeah, maybe they could draft another wide receiver with their first pick and then not play him all year.
Until the last game, and he'll have a phenomenal showing.
Average more than 20 yards per catch. All right, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy has to take a break. We got so much more to get to, and we are running out of time. I want to tell you guys about my friends over at Professional Construction Inc. Why? Because Professional Construction Inc. has helped us with so many situations at our house. Maybe it's when the woodpecker was putting holes in our siding. Maybe it's when we had a balcony that was leaking into our house, right through the cans in the kitchen. Or maybe it's when they redid our entire basement, giving us the space that we need as our family continues to get older and grow. PCI can do the same for you. Maybe you're talking about a remodel. Maybe you need a brand new house. They can do all of those things for you. And they also offer virtual interior design now. What is that? Well, it's basically where they come in, they take some photos of your space, you tell them what you're interested in, and they give you a full construction project basically virtually. Photorealistic renderings, a mood board, curated shopping list, all the things that you need to convert a space to exactly what you want it to be. You can learn more about this new thing that they are offering, this virtual interior design program, at professionalconstructioninc.com. It's professionalconstructioninc.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily, so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like if I need a replacement part?
Sure, we can help with that.
Ah, nice. Hey, I just entered this online contest for coolest bike in the world. You think maybe you could vote for me?
Actually, we just do insurance, not popularity contests.
Yeah, I know. But what's your email? I'll just send you the link real quick. You can vote like 100 times a day. They'll never know.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
So what I'm hearing is there's a little bit of wiggle room.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions.
Appliance savings are happening now at the Home Depot with up to $1,000 off, plus up to an extra $500 off select appliances. Looking to upgrade your fridge? Check out LG's newest models, serving up ice in all kinds of styles: cubed, crushed, craft ice, and now new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. Shop savings and get up to $1,000 off, plus free delivery on select appliances like LG at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $999 or more. Offer valid January 8th through the 28th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Don't miss a full day of nonstop basketball action at the Deer District Prep Showcase Saturday, January 24th at Fiserv Forum. See the next generation of stars as 12 elite high school boys basketball teams take over the court for 6 can't-miss games. Watch Slinger, Freedom, Arrowhead, West Dallas Central, Racine Lutheran, and more all in one place. General admission is just $20, and that gets you access to all 6 games. Check the full schedule and grab your tickets now at FiservForum.com. Be there. Feel the energy. The Deer District Prep Showcase Saturday, January 24th.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So overrated.
Come on, his head is a pumpkin.
Yeah, he's so right. Chewy's never been more right about anything.
Chewy was right. Yeah. Holy, Chewy was right.
Yeah.
Imagine the helmet on that dome. It'd be the first 8.5 size. What the?
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know what I say, happy wife, happy life, and a lot of times that starts with a visit to my guy Dean, the dancing machine at the Jewelry Center. Earrings, custom jewelry, and repair services. The Jewelry Center does it all. And when it comes to top-of-the-line engagement rings, they're second to none. When that day comes for my boys to take that next step in their lives, I know exactly where they're going. The Jewelry Center. Great deals in selections on both lab-grown and naturally mined diamonds. Plus, specialists who make the process easy and fun. Just ask Gabe. Stop into one of their four. They have four now. Four times, Gabe. Brookfield, Greenfield, Burlington, and now Mequon. Or shop the full inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Will the Thrill selling us out back there? Having a conversation with Gabe, just chit-chatting about work stuff, and you're doing your read. I thought we had a little bit of time. Meanwhile, we're up on the stream. I look over, and I'm like, oh, geez.
Sorry, I figured people want to see Chewy's face while he's telling us about our wonderful partners over at the Jewelry Center, just in case there's another mishap.
Only if he sings. If he's singing, I think we need to have him on the stream. Right, Chew? What do you think?
I agree. I need to do that read a few more times. I've flubbed it up.
Did you? I thought it was pretty good.
A little bit, about a half a cup. I was talking to Will in the break, too. Will's going to Rage tonight in Lincoln Park.
It's one way
which he followed it up by, I have no rap, which I thought was a little odd.
What? You have no rap?
Yeah, Chewy asked me about the female clientele in Lincoln Park, and I said, there are girls there, but I probably would not talk to them.
Is that because they go to DePaul?
No, it's just, I don't have, like you said, I don't have any game.
Wait, that's what rap is.
I think that's what he's referring to.
Did anyone else know that rap is game?
No.
What are you guys, new? You never heard rap?
Well, yeah, but like rappers.
Not in reference to that's what
a music genre.
Yeah.
Or
really?
The plastic stuff you put on your leftovers.
Well, why did the young guy immediately know what I was talking about?
Well, because they didn't hear the context of the conversation. I did, so I just was able to infer what you meant by that.
Wait, pause, time out. You have no game?
No.
That surprises me.
Yeah. Just don't. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Can't fight City Hall, Jen.
Yeah.
See, I thought you did because you're kind of a smartass. You know, would you say you are, Will, a little bit?
Yeah, very, very much so.
Well, why don't you use that?
I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't know. I just watch. I go out. Whenever I go out, I just watch sports basically with my friends. So I don't really.
Oh yeah, there's no women that do that.
No.
Do you want me to set you up with some of my babysitters? Well, they're all in college, for goodness sake. It's not like I'm setting them up.
It just sounded weird.
Sounded like a weird offer, yes.
They're all in college or out of college, which is what you are, Will.
I mean, sure. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah.
I think you're afraid.
Although
you sound a little afraid.
I got to be honest with you, that might really affect my babysitter roster. Because the good thing about the babysitters is they're all single, right? And they're available.
Sure.
If I set my babysitter up with Will, all of a sudden, hey, can you handle this shift?
Busy.
I'm sorry, Will's taking me out on a magical adventure. What?
Magical adventure. I don't know if I could deliver that.
Just go with it, Will. Jeez, we're trying to work on your rap.
He wants to be realistic. He wants to, one of those under-promise, over-deliver. He doesn't want to over-promise and under-deliver.
I'll tell you what, though, if a guy ever jumped in my DMs and was like, I want to take you on a magical adventure, block, report, police. Wait, maybe this should be our mission, gang. Maybe we could help Will. It
worked. It worked with Ashton.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, but the thing is, what you take credit for with our former
I deserve
producer,
all the credit.
With Ashton is giving him confidence.
Yes.
I don't think Will lacks confidence.
No, not at all. Which is why it's a little surprising that he has no rap.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is. It's just
Is it just one of those things where you're not applying yourself?
Yeah, no, yeah, it definitely is it's
you're
school.
Rashawn Gary now.
Like if I tried,
starts chasing down.
Yeah, a lot of potential.
If I tried, I could have good grades.
But you're loafing out there.
Yeah.
I'll chase after the quarterback the next time.
She's cute, but I'm okay right where I am. This bar stool is very exactly. You are Rashawn Gary.
Yes.
So poor
So-
Will.
Except no one's going to sign me to a contract extension.
Well, not with that attitude.
Yeah.
They're not. I think this should be our mission. In 2026, we should be doing everything we can to improve Will's rap. Every time I use it, it feels wrong, just so you know.
Yeah, I feel
It
like
doesn't sound right either.
Yeah, it doesn't. But it's one of those things. Like, I would love for Rashawn Gary to improve his effort. But Rashawn's got to want to improve his effort first.
Yeah.
So some of this is reflected back on Will. Does Will want to improve his rap or not?
Chewy, you got any tips for me?
Yeah. I'll have another drink. I think you lack confidence. See, I think you're full of crap. I think you go into a bar and you hide. You know? All they can do is say no. Right, Will?
I guess, but I don't even wrestle. It's. I think it's the effort. I don't even wrestle with that realization.
Well, how old are you? 18?
23.
All right. So you're not under the gun yet.
18? What? Who is he? Gabe Neitzel?
Doogie Howser back there? He's already done with college?
Am I going to third period history after this?
I'll write you a note. You're going to be late.
Well, you
All right.
still sound like your balls haven't dropped. That's the problem.
My goodness, we were doing so well.
Oh.
He knows I was kidding.
I even said to suck, and we were doing so well.
Yeah.
You had 10 seconds where you just didn't have to say anything, and you did.
I know.
You went out of your way.
Just choked.
We'll do it. Tosh is next. Have a great weekend, everybody.
More problems on 95.